Well, I'm out cruising my Lexus. Seems I have a new mascot. Usually it's a cat or a dog. It's a nice desert tortoise. What are you doing on the road, you dummy? You're going to get run over. Come here and say hi to YouTube. Yeah, don't stick your finger in there. He won't give it back. I see you peeking out. Say goodbye, YouTube. You know, I remember back in the 70s, this place actually had a roof. I remember back in the 70s, there weren't any Japanese luxury cars either. Even the thought was kind of a joke. And here we are 50 years later, the 2019 Lexus ES350. All new and improved and redesigned for 2019, they say. Far better, they claim. It's wider. It's longer. And they got rid of that odd-looking grille, replaced it with another odd-looking grille. You like it or you don't. I think it looks okay. So is the 2019 new and improved model better than the previous ones? Well, let's take it to our test facility and we'll look at the improvements and you can see for yourself. We're at one of our garages and test facilities, so let's take a closer look at the changes Lexus made and see what we have here. They certainly did a great job on the cabin design. Looks very nice. Quality of materials and workmanship, very good. And these second row seats are pretty comfortable. Room for 2 full-size adults back here, or 3 monkeys. An improved suspension with better handling and smoother ride. They say, we'll find out. Somewhere under here are reinforcements to make the body structure more rigid, but I'm told because of that you can't fold down the second row seats anymore. Like, who cares? Why would I want to fold the seats down anyway? You still have an opening between the second row seats that goes in the trunk. I guess long golf clubs or skis could fit through here. Haven't tried it yet. It's 110 degrees outside. I don't think I'm going to be skiing anytime soon. Not in the snow anyway. We get an extra large infotainment screen, which also translates into a large navigation screen. No more complaints about a small screen, it seems. Someone did an excellent job on this gauge cluster. Very well designed. But there are 2 more important improvements on this 2019 version. The old 6-speed automatic has been replaced with an 8-speed automatic. Much needed. And if you want to shift manually, there are paddle shifters located on the steering wheel, where they belong, not on the steering column like the Italians do, where they do not belong. And last but not least, the most important change of all, the horsepower has been bumped up to 302. And that combined with the 8-speed automatic gives you fuel economy of 22 in the city, 33 on the highway, and 26 overall. We're going to be racking up some miles to see if those figures are accurate. So don't go away. If you watch my videos, you know I usually give a Lexus product a pretty positive review. That makes people think that maybe I'm on their payroll or something and just doing an advertisement. Not true. I always tell you the things that are wrong, and in this case I did find some things I did not like about the redesign. I'm just going to tell you right off the bat so we can get that out of the way. Number 1, it's going to be hot this week. 114 degrees today and very humid. So what would I like? If I've got a luxury car, I would like a car with remote start. You know, where you press the button, the car starts itself, and then when you come outside, it's nice and cool inside. We're not getting that on this new Lexus here. Toyota and Lexus have a test facility in Arizona, one of the hottest states in the country. You think somebody would have come up with a good idea, like, how about remote start? Well, apparently not this year. Last year, someone sent me an email saying, yes, you can remote start many Lexus cars if you do it through your smartphone and subscribe to a service. I don't know how that works, and I don't use a smartphone anyway. See? Cheap Walmart flip phone, 15 bucks. Low-tech meat. Number two, one of my big complaints on vehicles, if you watch my videos, the dirt shelf, where you have bodywork exposed to the outside, collecting dust, dirt, sand, mud, snow. Look at all that mud. Still here. You might want to keep some rags on the trunk and wipe this down every now and then if you're driving in bad weather. Number three, these headrests. They raise up and down. They don't go back and forth, which is a problem because look at the angle. I mean, seriously, it's pushing the chin into my chest. If this was my car, I'd take it down to the shop and have this thing bent back. I think Lexus would get upset if I did it on their test car. These headrests are very uncomfortable and very annoying on long trips, and whoever was responsible for this should be fired. But he's probably in Japan, we'll never find out. Oh well. And my last gripe thus far, Lexus has two control systems for their infotainment system. One is a control stick, also called a mouse, which works fairly well. And the other is a finger touch pad like this, which doesn't work very well. Trying to manipulate this when you're sitting still is difficult enough, but doing it when you're driving down a road at 75 miles per hour on bumpy pavement just doesn't work very well. Plus, if there's a lot of dust on the surface, it doesn't always respond. Then you have to take the tip of your finger, lick it. That might get it to work, but it's kind of gross. And I wonder if someone else did that before I got the car. I better go wash my hands. Yuck. With all the journalists that have been complaining about this finger touch pad for years, I just can't believe Lexus took out the control stick and put in the finger touch pad. I don't think they're listening to us. In any case, here's how it's supposed to work. Running your finger back and forth, punching on what you want. Takes a lot of practice to get it right. At least the climate controls are simple buttons. You won't have a problem operating that. Same with the seats. Operating the temperature. Simple button for cool, simple button for heat. Buttons, please. Buttons, switches. And less of this. The base price is listed for around $39,000 for the base model, but who gets a base model, right? You won't load it up with everything. This is the upgraded ultra luxury version. Not made in Japan, made in Georgetown, Kentucky. Here's your base price, $43,150. As always, more extras. Wow, 17 speaker, 1,800 watt premium sound system. Here are the fees. And the total damage. Alright, first half of the video, show and tell. We're done with that. Let's do the second half and do some driving. That's what we're here for, right? Let's start by taking these LED headlights out and see what they do in the dark. It's dark enough. Let's take these lights out and see what they do. Seems to be a lot of glare on the camera lens. Oh, I think I better turn them back on, huh? Here we have the headlights on a building 100 feet away. Very bright, but a bit low. High beams. Well, no complaints here. Here we have the high beams on a building 300 feet away. Go to low beam. Definitely bright, a bit low. I see we have turning lights. You turn the steering wheel to the left. Same thing if you turn the steering wheel to the right. Comes in handy when you're parking in dark parking lots. Like so. Overall, the lights are very good. Nothing to complain about. If you drive the older ES350 with the less horsepower engine and the 6-speed automatic, and then jump in this with the higher horsepower rating and 8-speed automatic, what a difference. This thing is a rocket. That's especially true if you take advantage of the Eco, Normal, and Sport mode setting, and I'm going to put this in the Sport mode. And it lets you know on the instrument panel what mode you're in. Woo! Put that traction control to work. This thing is quick. Very smooth and quiet. The brake pedal's a bit on the soft side, but the car stops very fast. Or very quick. Got to use proper English in these videos. Regardless of the mode you put the vehicle in, the power steering is far improved. Excellent response, good feedback, decent feel. They did a good job. No complaints here. As we do in all my videos, we're going to take some mild speed bumps around 20 to 25 miles per hour to evaluate the suspension performance on impacts. On the street, this is one of the smoothest vehicles I've ever driven, so I'm expecting some good results here. Here comes bump number 1. Heard a mild thump. Didn't feel anything. Here comes number 2. Oh, did I hit it? Didn't hear anything. Number 3. The big nasty one, hang on for your life. Wow, hardly felt a thing. Very smooth suspension. Somebody did a great job. By the way, the Sport mode setting only varies the transmission and engine performance characteristics. Does not control the suspension. On the other hand, a F-Sport package is coming on the ES350 soon that will allow you to adjust the suspension performance, but we don't have it on this vehicle. Let's see, with the hot weather, we're running around 34 to 35 pounds of air in the tires, which is normal spec. So let's take it on the turning circle and see if we can spin it out. A little bit of wheel spin, but nothing serious. Considering the soft ride, the handling's very nice. Cornerability is certainly there. Far more than the typical Lexus owner will need to use. For the past 80 miles, I've been running this pretty hard. Heavy city traffic, high temperatures, 0 to 60 times, Sport mode. So that's the worst fuel economy we're ever going to see. From now on, we're going to put driving modes in normal and take a highway trip, see what type of fuel economy we can squeeze out of this rig. And we'll start that right now. There you go. Mileage set to 0, MPG set to 0. Take it out of Sport mode. Good to go. For this fuel economy test, we're going to rack up around 125 miles, averaging around 75 miles per hour. If you're in the habit of taking lots of highway trips, long distances, you'll definitely like this vehicle. It's a smooth highway cruiser, very quiet, low wind noise, beautiful suspension, goes right over the bumps, the irregularities. This is going to be a very pleasant trip. Well, there we go, 153 miles, a bit more than I planned. But I did meet my goal of 30 mpg right on the nose at 75 mile per hour cruising. Not bad for a big luxury barge. We just completed another highway trip, approximately 126 miles. A bit more when we pull off the road, maybe. Nice and toasty outside, 111 degrees. Let's look at the figures. 153 miles, 31.0 mpg. Not bad. So what's my take on this Lexus ES350 after a week of driving? Well, it's definitely the best luxury car in its class, even at the price they're charging, no doubt about that. And I would give it 10 stars, but I have to deduct 1 star for the infotainment system that I really don't like. Another star for the headrests that I don't like. They should be adjustable. But if those two things don't bother you, then you can rate it 10 stars. I don't mind. Here are some links to other luxury Lexuses we've driven. Just click and watch. And subscribe, I need the money.